All right, everyone, what's good? And happy Thursday. I usually do not do a show on a Thursday, but I made a special accommodation for my two girls, Janae and Taylor. I'm going to introduce them.
Wow.
But welcome to the Hustle, Budget, and Glow podcast. You know what it is. It's our straight talk, money, and mindset show. If you're joining us live, thank you for joining us. Make sure you interact in the chat. We're going to have a lot of fun today, a lot of hustle talk, a lot of money talk. Let's get active. Let's get into it. Everybody, welcome Janae. Welcome, Taylor. Thank you guys for joining me today. I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic over to you. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from, a little bit about your business, and we're going to have a good time today. Nothing but good vibes. Let's run it. Janae, I'm going to pass it to you first.
Okay, I'm Janae Carmon. I'm from Houston, Texas. I've been living in Austin for about 6 years now. Me and my friend Taylor, we have a natural hair salon in downtown Round Rock, which is near Austin. We specialize in natural textures, curly, kinky, coily, everything. We do no relaxers, no perms. Yes, and I'm a mother of plants. So
Period.
that's
Okay, let's do a plant podcast next time. Okay, period.
we had to. We had to.
On the list. On the list.
Mhm, mhm.
Taylor, take it away.
Yes. Okay. So first, I just want to say thank you for having us. We're super excited to be joining you today. I'm Taylor Longshaw. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas. I've been in Austin area for about 4 years now, 4.5. I moved out here right after graduating from college. But yeah, just like Janae said, we have a natural hair salon. We're based out of downtown Round Rock. We're celebrating 2 years this upcoming weekend, so we're
Oh,
super excited about that. Yeah.
Okay, period. Thank you for the introductions, ladies. So, if y'all are listening, if you live in the surrounding Austin area, if you live in Austin in general, if you are a woman of color with natural hair, you need to go ahead and book your appointment because let me tell you, it's really hard to get an appointment, first of all. So, if you want an appointment, if you want your hair done for Halloween, book it now because if not, you're not getting it done.
that's boring.
Years. So book it now if you want your hair done. These two ladies are phenomenal business owners. They're just great people in general. I actually met them at another hair salon, which is the craziest part. When I moved here to Austin, I needed my black hair done, period. And being from Houston, I was used to getting my hair done there on a routine basis, and I was struggling looking straight out of somebody's horror movie, okay? Because I didn't know where to go or what to do. I was just hitting 290 and going home. So I met Taylor and I met Janae at the same time. And eventually they opened their
That's
own
nice.
business. And I teleported over to that because I went where the vibes were at. Okay. And we're going to keep it moving on that note. But anyway, definitely if you're in the area, if you're coming to visit, definitely come and book your appointment and they can hook your hair up. So, ladies, talking hair, you both have not been doing hair since out the womb. What made you two guys want to get into the hair game? How did y'all meet? And what made you decide to go into business in this specific element for natural hair? Whoever wants to go first, don't fight.
You go first, Taylor.
Okay, I've always been interested in doing hair. I would say growing up, I literally always had to wear a uniform. I was in private school. So hair was a way I felt like I could like express myself. So I always was experimenting on myself first. I would try different styles and things like that. And then I got to the point where I was just doing other people within my community's hair. By the time I got to college, it was more, I don't know, it was a way I could make a little extra money on the side. After graduating, I went into corporate during COVID. I wasn't really feeling aligned with that. I kind of had in my head that I would try grad school and kind of go the corporate route. When I decided to switch, I decided, okay, it's not too late to make a change. I'll try cosmetology school. That's where Janae and I met. So we attended Aveda Arts out here in, I guess you consider North Austin, Central Austin area.
Mhm.
From there, we started working together. I was like, okay, I like working with her. We did a competition together. We won. We worked together in a different salon and we're like, okay, we like each other's vibe. We kind of realized that we were pretty similar in terms of business goals and things like that. And so we decided to explore that.
I love that. Janae, what are
Yeah.
your thoughts? Are we feeling the same?
Yeah, the same. I did hair in school. I was the friend hairstylist. So I did all my friends' hair, and then I went into corporate, and I was like, "This is not it."
Okay.
But yeah, so I was like, there's no other better time for me to go to cosmetology school than now. And like Taylor said, she saw me and she's like, oh my gosh, I want to be her friend. I'm just saying.
Exactly how that happened, actually.
Yeah, that's really how it
Right.
happened. But yeah, I just feel like it just happened. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like I wouldn't say we had like a plan. It just literally just happened. I feel like that's how life goes.
Definitely, that's how life goes. And so, when it comes to being a business owner, a lot of people do it solo. Some people do it in groups. Some people do it in twos. And oftentimes it fails, right? It doesn't always work. So, when it comes to picking a like minded business partner that is also reciprocal personally and professionally, it takes a lot of different things. What were the top qualities, Janae and Taylor, that you saw in one another to make you feel like we should go on business together? Because a lot of times people say, do not do business with friends or family if you don't want it to fail.
I would say for me, Taylor is very good at communication, which I was looking at things that we have similar and different that can be beneficial. Like she's really good at communication. I'm not the best at communication. So like she helps me with that and she's gonna make sure we communicate. And she's very hardworking and so am I. So it's like if I'm there till 3 in the morning, she's gonna be there till 3 in the morning too. It's not gonna be like she just gone and I'm mad. So I was just looking for that. And honestly, since we met, we've kind of always been together. Like we've probably been apart like if we're gonna trip or something, but if we can work together for that long and not have a problem, it's like, okay, this is cool. This makes sense.
Right, it's gonna work. Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor, what are your thoughts? What are Janae's qualities that made you say, "You know what? I'm willing to lock in on this and put money on it and bet on her."
Yeah, I would just say that when we first met, immediately people thought we had known each other for forever before. Like they were asking on the first day of us knowing each other, like, "Were y'all roommates in college?" It's like I met her 5 minutes ago. Um, but yeah, I think that pretty quickly we learned that we worked well together. Just in the environment that we were in at school, and then we then actually literally worked together in a different salon environment. And just from there I was able to see her work ethic in a different environment, I guess I would say. And it already kind of solidified it for me. Then she had already had her own business, so I could see that she was running that and doing and marketing herself and things like that. Yeah. She was already business minded, college educated as well. We had a lot of similarities, not only like in the hair world, but like outside. So I knew we had a friendship that would last as well. So
Right.
kind of transitioning into business, something that we were both, all in on. It
Yeah.
transitioned pretty smoothly.
Yeah, it seems like y'all were aligned on a lot of things, whether it was college or whether it was doing hair, whether it was just the reciprocity within your friendship. Y'all have
Yeah.
that part locked in, and it seems like y'all each contribute different things. Seems like Taylor, you're giving project management, and you're the communication or chief of marketing person. Nay is the business oriented. She's making sure she's crossing her T's and dotting her I's. She might not reply to your text, okay, Janae?
Oh,
Oh, not a
I
little
thought
bit
we
of
were past
shade.
this. I thought we were past this.
Hey, your words, not mine, okay?
That's so crazy.
So the text, you might get a reply. She might see you in person and forget she sent it. But we're gonna let it go because we are
Yes.
no, Janae, I love you. But no, when I first met you guys at the shop, even before y'all had this business, I mean, y'all were just great all around. The personality was there. And I think a lot of people want to get into business and they don't even have the grit or the mindset. I've met a lot of people that have ideas, and a lot of people have ideas that never come to fruition. But it seems like y'all were very locked in on what you wanted from the beginning. Because it's one thing to say you want something and continue to go to work every day at a 9 to 5 and actually never make it happen. But y'all actually made it happen. You did it together, and at
Mhm.
such a young age, right? So in your mid-20s, owning this business, making it come to life. A lot of people say they want to do these things, but they just never tap into it. And what made you guys just want to get started, like just to do it? Like, at what point did you know I no longer want to work for someone else and I want to do my own thing? When did that pivotal moment happen, or did you always know that?
Okay, I'll start.
Right.
I'll say we both got degrees within the business realm. So I would say probably for both of us it was like already in there. For me, what really was that extra motivational like push was just wanting to be able to like create my own environment at work. Um I would say that was the big thing for me for sure. Also, again, always been business minded. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wasn't exactly sure what that looked like, but it was definitely a goal of mine.
For sure. Janae?
Yeah, I would say the same thing. Working under someone was fine. Like I had no problem with it. It was just like if I have an idea in my head and I'm not seeing it right now, I feel like I should just create it. Like instead of just trying to change an environment that I'm in, let me just make a whole new environment. So I think that's really what it was for me as well. So we decided to curate our own like environment that we both felt comfortable in.
I love that. I think that is the backbone of a lot of entrepreneurship, right? People see a problem, they see something that could be done better, and
Right.
you're not really given the opportunity or leverage to make that happen in the space they're in. So they create their own space. They go out there and make it happen for themselves because if you can't build something where you're at, you don't need to be confined by it, especially if you have the knowledge, the background, the education, and the grit. Go and
Mhm.
make it happen for yourself. And we really needed it here in the greater Austin area. Really, as the population continues to grow for people of color that are moving here for their tech jobs, for whatever industry they're in, which is usually tech, they want to have their hair done. It's one thing about a Black woman, we want our hair done. And if there's nowhere to go, and hair, like you said, Taylor, is part of our identity, who we are, and it's something that we've been doing since we were kids, going to get our hair done with our mothers, and we have no place to turn, it kind of feels like we're missing out in the city we're in. It can't really feel like home. So I definitely think that you guys saw a niche, right? You saw this, saturated market of hair, but you saw this blue ocean strategy of something that you could tap into and build upon. A specifically Black natural hair salon, not for just women. Mind you, you guys, men get their hair done there too. So it
Yeah.
is open for business, kids, women, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It doesn't matter. If you are a person who are embracing your natural hair and how it grows out of your head, you got to go and get your hair done there. Like you say, y'all had similarities. I think people get similarities confused with commonalities. Y'all were aligned. Y'all didn't just
Mhm.
have hair in common. You wanted to build something with hair. Having a commonality is not enough for you to go in a relationship with somebody, a partnership with somebody, a business with somebody. It has to be more than that. So you saw those good traits in one another. And so my next question for you is, I mean, there are a lot of pros and cons to the hair industry. What were some of the cons in getting this business off the ground? And what did you learn while you were working at that salon that you said, I won't do this at my business?
I'll say it's really hard as a Black woman and young Black woman to get funding. I would say funding is very hard, especially starting a business in general. Because we had an idea, we knew I feel like me and Taylor are people that's like, regardless, we're gonna be successful at what we're doing because we're gonna keep going. Like, even if it's not working right now, we're gonna keep seeing what needs to happen so it could work. So us telling people that and them looking at us like, what that gotta do
And
with
we were
me?
coming prepared too. Like we were
Yes.
coming with a 40-page business plan. Like we
Yes.
had it together and they were looking at us like, yeah, no.
No. No.
Really? And these are
Yeah.
the lenders at the bank?
Yes. We went everywhere. We went everywhere.
Yeah.
Really? How many
Yeah.
bank
Yeah.
how many bank brands did you go to?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Promise you, we went everywhere, Shelby. We went everywhere. Like,
Not Quicken Loans, honey.
Mm.
I don't know, but I definitely was like, "Do you want my card real quick?" And they was like, "No." I was like, "Okay."
Not your car, putting up your car, okay, for
Look, they just
equity.
were, yeah. So it's really hard. That's something we really learned. And now having a business, I understand it because a lot of people have ideas and then they don't make it, or they get a $50,000 loan and then they only last a year. So it makes sense for the return on investment for like people investing, but that is the biggest thing, the biggest con that I would say.
And I agree. I mean, it seems more often than not that most businesses do not last more than 3 to 5 years max when you're starting out, right? And you really start to see the nitty-gritty of if they're gonna make it, if they're even gonna have a ROI. Just because you go in business and get a loan doesn't mean you ever, like, have a return on your interest. Sometimes you might not
Yeah.
even break even. That is super
Mhm.
important. The fact that you had to jump through hoops for funding, and let's really get down to it. Y'all are young, y'all are black, y'all are women, right? And statistics prove that we have the lowest percentage of ever getting any funding, any backing, any
Mhm.
loans. And we typically have to go to our own families and friends or, put our own money together to make something happen. So after trial and error of y'all going to these different lenders and going to these different banks, did someone finally say yes? Or did you have to go the family and friends route?
I would say we were blessed, um, by, my family, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
for sure.
definitely what got us started. Fortunately, now we're at a point where we're able to just based off of clientele, maintain
Yeah.
everything, and able to like, put back into ourselves and things like that. But yeah, that's exactly what ended up happening, in our scenario. Thankfully,
Mhm.
we had
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We were definitely blessed.
For sure. That's definitely
Yeah.
a blessing. I mean, and like
Mhm.
I said, like either way, y'all were gonna make it happen. But it's unfortunate that we have to go through so many hoops as women of color to prove that we deserve to make our idea come to fruition. I
Right.
can promise you that is not always the case in other situations with people that do not look like us. And it's not me just saying that, it's facts. It's literally the numbers that there are people. So if you feel any type of way about it, you can go and Google the facts and the reporting. It's true. And if we really want this country to be the melting pot that it is, we do have to give acclaimed, hardworking, educated people of color the opportunity to make something happen in the space that we call America. Everybody deserves to bring their own seat to the table. We're not asking for
Yeah.
one. We're just asking you to let us scoot ours in, right? So thankfully, you guys were blessed with that opportunity. Same for me. I mean, when I started like my bakery business, my parents were the first people to invest. They bought my mixer. They wrote the check for me to pay
Mhm.
for my LLC. You got to have people that believe in you, and it's typically always going to be like your parents, your close family. And I think that's super important, especially because they don't even showcase people that look like me and you on the news that even have that support system. Um, but
Yeah.
but we do have it. We do have family as people of color that do want to invest in our future and not have the same struggles that they had. I think that's the main mindset typically that parents of millennials and Gen Zers have to give us the
Mhm.
opportunity that they didn't have. So it's a blessing for sure, but we should also have the opportunity for crowdfunding. Okay, we should also have the opportunity for bank loans. Those things should not be
Right.
ostracized from us and not giving to us. We're not asking for any handouts. We're asking to make something happen and to promote growth in the economy and for the people that are around us. We see a need, we see a niche, we see people that are moving here to Austin that want to get their hair done. So we need the money to do it. That's really it.
Mhm. Mhm.
So that's the kind of time we're on. But again, people, if you don't believe me, by all means, ask your mother, not me, because the facts are there. So being a Black business owner in the greater Austin area, the ideation behind the Black population has changed many times over the years here in Austin. Back in the day, in the 20s and 30s, Austin was heavily populated with people of color, and the government moved them out, which we all know. If you don't know, honey, again, look it up. Don't ask me, ask your mother. And now people are coming back because we have the means, we have the education, and our careers are here. So,
Mhm.
with that being said, do you think the opportunity for people living here, Black people in tech, Black people in the job market, did that aid in your decision to wanna open a business here, and specifically in downtown Round Rock, where we see a lot of people of color living at Round Rock, Pflugerville, and the surrounding areas of Greater Austin?
Yes, I feel like for us, because 'cause I'm from Houston, she's from Dallas, we see places where people can get their hair done. I know it's not exactly what people would want, like anything is not gonna be exactly what you want, but there's places. So we definitely felt like Austin is the place, especially because we met here. There's definitely a huge need here. And also, downtown Round Rock really just happens. Taylor just was out eating one day and she looked up and she FaceTimed me and she's like, Janae, I found our salon. And I was like, girl, you're crazy. Like, we're not doing a salon. What are you talking about? So that's how we ended up in downtown Round Rock. It just like I feel like when it was one of those God things. Like she saw it because there's no way she would have been over there. I don't know. So
What were you doing
yeah.
in Round Rock, Taylor? Tell us more, honey.
Yeah, I was literally eating. Okay, so Janae and I have been looking for months prior to that for a suite. Honestly, our
Mhm.
intention was just to be able to have a little two-person suite. All we wanted was 2 chairs and 2 wash bowls. That was, like, our only requirement,
That's it.
and honestly, we just, like, we weren't finding it. That was such a hard find out here. And so we were looking South Austin, North Austin, Pflugerville. Like, I mean, we were looking in any area. And I just so happened to be eating in downtown Round Rock one day. And I saw that a salon was moving. They had a number on there to their clients that said like, "Hey, like we've moved. If you are having trouble finding us, call this number." So I called the number and I was like, "Hey, like I'm not a client, but what are y'all doing with the space?"
Okay.
And they were like, "Oh, just come over here. Like we'll give you the person to contact or something like that." So I went over there and then we were on the phone with her like that day and then ended up signing the lease within a couple of weeks. It happened very quickly.
It happened like the
Wow.
next week.
Yeah,
Like,
like
Really?
definitely within like 2 weeks we signed the lease. So we probably between signing the lease and actually getting in, maybe there was like a month and a half or so of us trying to like figure things out. Like, okay, if we're gonna do this, how are we gonna go about
yeah,
it? We need to, get on it. And we were working at the time, both working full time, actually doing hair. We were working and then we were coming back and then we did all the interior decorating and everything ourselves, doing
Wow.
that, just going back and forth. But yeah.
That's amazing. 1.5 week signing, 1.5 month lease proposition, signed, sold, and delivered. It really was a blessing to say the least. Like, what were the odds of you being in Round Rock? What were the odds of you seeing
exactly.
that salon? You got more than 2 bowls. You got everything you wanted tenfold. Definitely was.
Yeah.
The salon was just
Mhm.
dropped in your face. I really
It
believe in
was
it.
like God was like, "Okay, if y'all don't do this,
Come
y'all
on.
not listening."
Right.
Like,
Y'all are Helen Keller if y'all not doing this. Like,
yes.
straight up. Like,
And
here
I'll say too, it's very important. Taylor is very much a person. I feel like her parents have instilled in her, you can do anything. And so I feel like the whole time Taylor's always like, Janae, we can do this. Like, and I'm like, Taylor,
Yeah.
like, and
Girl.
and Taylor's like, Janae. And I'm like, okay. But
Y'all
I
did
feel
it.
like that's why it's very important for a support system, all these things, because I don't know if we would have really been as successful as fast as if we didn't have all this.
No, it was meant to happen 100%, like, it was destined, it was aligned, it was placed in front of you. I'm so glad it came to fruition. Really one of the things you said was, you had the support system. I think a lot of people have the wrong people in their lives, right? And they don't see clearly that they shouldn't be hanging around them or they shouldn't be, like, conversating with them, and you had the right friend that turned into not only a deeper friendship, but a business partner, and I talk
Yeah.
about this a lot on my show, like, the company you keep can make or break you, and having the wrong people around you can blindside you. Whether you're hanging out with people who are smoking and drinking and eating bad all day, you gonna be that, okay? Or whether you're hanging out around people who don't know how to suffer well and are always complaining and never about their business. Whatever the case may be, those kind of things rub off on you. But when you're around the right people, if you're hanging out with people who are in shape, if you're hanging out with people who are business minded, if you're hanging out with people who are oriented and believing in themselves, then it's typically gonna rub off on you and you're gonna
Mhm.
wanna be around them. And everyone else might not see that. They might feel like you're changing and you're not moving the direction they want you to move in. They gotta go. Get rid of them. So, I'm in the business of getting rid of people. That's one of my favorite things to do. So, if you are not aligned with what I want going on for me in a positive element and you're negative or you're lacking, people who are not confident, right? It sounds like both
Yeah.
of you were very confident and you knew what you wanted and nothing was going to stop you. And just imagine if that was the opposite. Like one of you really wanted it and the other person was like, you know what? I'm just going to do hair till 2085 at this lady shop, right?
Yeah.
You would have been there doing it because one of you
Yeah.
wasn't going to wait on the other one. And
Mhm.
so, again, I just think you guys crossed paths at the right time, and I can't wait to see what this turns into, right? Whether it is a multitude of salons opening or a beauty brand that I'm gonna see when I'm walking down the aisle at Ulta, whatever the case may be, I think it was definitely
Take both.
Yeah.
both. Okay, let's do both, honey. Just whenever I get my show on my own network,
Look.
we gonna redo this again live,
Mhm.
okay? With our
Mhm. Mhm.
Oprah, if you are
Yes.
listening, honey, call me. I'm begging.
Issa. Issa.
Uh, Shonda, whoever. Okay, let's make it a group effort. Okay, call us. We are ready, honey. We are set, and
Mhm.
we're trying to take this, nationwide. Trying to make this global. Okay, I want y'all doing here in Lisbon, Portugal, or whatever it takes. Okay, period.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
this is such an amazing business. It's such a niche in Austin, and people. The first thing Black women look for when they move to the city, where can I get my hair done? And again, being from Houston, I'm from Houston too. That is just part of our upbringing since we were little
Yeah.
kids getting our necks broke in the sink with our Just For Me perms. We just have to get it done, honey. My neck still hurts. Okay. It is still hurting me. I am in pain. I never recovered from that dent in my neck from the sink, okay? It didn't and let me move, honey. I was gonna go blind, mind
Yes.
okay?
You better
Blindness and surgery, okay? Because
mhm,
it didn't
mhm.
matter. It was gonna be permed. And I love that, especially now in the past 5 years, I wanna say 5 to 7 years, Black women, Black men, people of color, biracial, however you wanna identify, but Black at the end of the day, have went ahead and decided, "You know what? I'm gonna embrace my hair the way it is."
Yes.
Because let's talk about hair. To be honest with you, I am
Mhm.
almost 34 years old. So when I started in corporate America, when I was 19 at my first internship, having my hair natural, oil like this was not a thing. Okay. And like it wasn't even something I considered, to be honest with you.
Mhm.
And I change my hair all the time. If I want to bust down to my crack, I can do that. If I want to wear my afro, I can do that. But back then, if I would have worn my hair in 2011 to my internship, it would have been a conversation. It was already a conversation when I show up and I'm the only person of color on the marketing team and they're asking me, "Wow, you talk so proper. Look how white your teeth are. Oh my God, you were so well trained. What did your parents do to get you to become this way?" Like I'm a dog. So, it was already
Definitely.
these questions that we already had to answer, right? Because we got to do what? Like be 10 times smarter to get half. And so
Mhm.
hair would have been a whole other thing. When I would change my hair, when I would get braids, being touched without even being asked, right? So hair was always a topic of conversation when you walked in the room, no matter what. And again, our hair is art. You don't touch art in the museum, don't touch my hair. And so that's how I feel about it.
I like that.
I do
Okay.
too. We might wear let's put on shirts.
Okay. It's giving shirt, honey.
Let's give 'em shirts.
Okay. Let me know when y'all do the drop. I want to show up. I want to take the tickets at the
Mhm.
door.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm.
because that's just what the case is. And so I never felt completely okay with wearing my natural hair. As soon as I would take it out, I would put more hair right back in because of
Right.
the environments that I was in. So now that we have fast forwarded 10 years later, well, first of all, nobody touched my hair and they still not. Okay. Because HR or not, corporate or not, okay. Meet me after five.
Exactly.
Art, remember? Okay. Security said don't touch nothing up in here. Same thing goes, but things have changed so much, and now we're embracing black hair. Now we are wearing our natural hair. And again, honey, let me tell you, if I wanna put a bust down in, I will do it, okay? The way I know how to
Exactly.
wear a bust down, I still have my wig collection, okay? I am from Houston. We don't play with hair and nails. So, that's just how it is, but, it was such a stipulation. It was such a aha moment when we had to really reconsider how we showed up in these corporate spaces, and we were
Mhm,
told that it was an issue, right? Or we were touched or we
mhm.
were inquired upon. That is not the case anymore. We are wearing our black hair. We are wearing it natural. We are locking it up. We are curling it up. We are doing whatever we want to do with it. And I think people are loving that too. I think people that don't look like us and don't have our hair texture are embracing that as well. So that only makes it more applicable for you as business owners in the space
Right.
because you're having more people want to book these appointments. You're having more people want to show up as who they are and, create cool hairstyles. They want to do more things because the hair business is not only business for you, it's business for the clients, right?
Mhm,
Because how we show up represents who we are, what we're doing as work, what we're doing as entrepreneurs, what we're doing at school. It's part of our identity. So it's really a full circle moment in the past 10 to 15 years. And so I really see this continuing to grow, the market becoming bigger. I see this business
yes.
continue to take off because we are totally okay and proud of who we are. And we're proud of our hair. I don't think that we were never not proud of it. We were just confined and constricted into how we had to make it look.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for where things are gonna go with the Black hair movement in the financial space, in the corporate space, and in the space of just creativity in general. And if you're listening, whether you're a person of color or not, if you have someone you know, a friend, family member, a coworker, embrace every part of who they are as a person of color. We love the comments. We appreciate the good vibes when you say you like our hairstyle, when
Mhm.
you give us a dap up or a handshake for how we're rocking. Like we put a lot of time and thought. Trust me, we're always looking on TikTok, social media, Pinterest on what's next for hair, or we're coming up with something and planning it with our stylist. So it matters to us. It matters to them. So keep that in mind. Would y'all say the same thing that you've seen the shift in Black natural hair and people just owning it and wanting to do more with it? What do you think?
Yes, I feel like a lot of people are more excited about just trying things because they see other people wearing it, and it's like, "Oh, that looks cute on her," or, "That looks cute on him," so everyone's like, "Oh, let me try it." And it's pretty cool to me, especially men, to see them like be creative. Finally, it's like, oh, we can finally do some stuff. It's just like, wow, I love this. I love this time right now with natural hair, honestly.
100%. Taylor, what are your thoughts?
I would say even seeing more representation in the media as far as like I know
Mhm.
for sure Insecure, that was the show that for me in college, that was such a great show. You just see the black women, all black led cast wear their hair in different ways and just express their natural or not. Some of the characters didn't have natural hair, but just being able to express it in different ways and see how different hairstyles might influence, I don't know, other aspects of your life as well. Just being able to express yourself different ways.
100%. I love what you
Yeah.
said about the media. I watch the news every morning. I'm
Mhm,
watching NBC, ABC, CBS,
mhm.
CNN, Fox. I'm watching it all. Like, my friend's like, "You should start a news podcast." Because every morning I send a voice note, and she's like, "What's happening today? What's the trend? What's the
That's
breaking news?"
crazy.
And I'm like, "Baby, let me fill you in, okay? Because the world's going to hell, but Imma keep tabs on it.
Oh my gosh.
I can at least know what the hell is going on around here." But I love that because now when I cut on the TV, I see Black news correspondents with braids or natural curls,
Yeah.
Black
Mhm.
newscasters with a flat top or with natural dreads, like whatever the case may be, or locks, excuse me. And, it's really beautiful to see people in their element being shown on primetime television with their natural hair. We did not
Yeah.
used to see that 10 years ago. I can promise you nobody had any box braids in their hair or locks on TV doing the live
No,
news at all. We
no.
weren't getting hired. How about that?
Mm-mm. Or they were like in a show, they were the artsy person. Like it wasn't even like the lawyer. It was really the artsy stoner, like free person.
100%. Like, well, Girlfriends, right? We all watched that growing up back in the day, the early 2000s. And I mean, Joan, who was played by Tracy Ellis Ross, she had natural hair
Mhm,
the entire show. And so did
mhm,
Lynn. But they were also
mhm.
biracial on the show, but they also did embrace their natural hair. But it was in a different context. But we didn't
Right.
see Tony and Maya wearing their natural hair on the show.
No.
That did not happen. Um,
No.
did not happen
No.
again. It was the artsy or the adjacent friend. It was different.
Right.
So, and we've seen it change
Or
so much.
I'm sorry, it will be
No,
like
go.
the, unattractive friend, or like she will wear the fro, and it's
Always.
like
And it was never done
yeah,
correctly. It
it's
was
just
it always
out.
tore up.
It's just like, "What is this?"
Come on.
Mm-mm.
Come on now. Okay, right. We know exactly what y'all are doing. Now, I will
Yeah.
give Moesha the credit. Her hair was laid on the news. I mean, on her show,
Yeah.
not the news. Hair was laid, okay? But I heard those were all wigs. I heard those were braid wigs
Oh, yeah.
for
We're
sure.
They
still braids
were.
though. We'll give her the credit.
Yeah, we'll give her the credit because she gave
Okay.
us creativity, like the Parkers. They gave us creativity,
Right.
you know? They
They
was
give the
they was
creativity,
they was
like,
like
these shows, our environment, the culture, our workspaces. What we're trying to say, you guys, from the media to work to school, these
right.
places all built and paved the pathway of coming back to embracing our roots as people of color with natural hair.
Mhm.
And this niche market of us being able to go to a space where only natural hair is worked on. There's no chemicals, there's no products to straighten our hair and make it look a way that doesn't grow out of our head. This is a safe space. And I think that's what we really need to come back to. This is a business that provides safety. And you don't necessarily probably understand that if you've never been in a space where you didn't feel safe as being who you were.
Mhm.
So if you can't relate, that's okay. But understand people of all backgrounds have been in spaces where they felt outcasted or not safe because of how they looked and who they were and based on their uniqueness. But this is the flip side. We're in a space where our uniqueness and who we are is embraced. And so Janae and Taylor provide that kind of environment as business owners for people on an everyday basis. And I think that's what really makes the magic happen. And I think that's what really people are looking for. So I'm super glad to be a customer. I'm going to keep coming. As long as I live in Austin, honey, I will be booking my appointment. So I have some questions. What advice would you give to a young business owner who wants to step into the hair game or just entrepreneurship in general?
You can go first, Taylor.
I would say definitely do market research first. So prior to us starting, like I kind of mentioned before, we did our due diligence ahead of time. Market research, see what's actually a need, see how much people are willing to pay, see how much people are making in the area to see where you can price your products. Um things like that. Yeah, see what other people are charging. And then also make sure you have your own niche at the same time. So, yes, you can do something that's similar, but you need to make sure there's something that's setting you apart from other businesses that makes people want to come to you specifically. Because there's, I mean, depend no matter what it is, you're gonna be able to offer something that other people aren't able to offer. It's gonna
Right.
feel different coming from you. So
Right.
just making sure that that aligns with it, your brand aligns with your identity, and then that way you're attracting the correct people to come to you too. I feel like it kind of happens naturally that way, but yeah, pray about it. Have a good
Mhm.
community around you. That would be my advice.
100%. Couldn't have said it better. Janae.
I would say always be authentic, because you want your brand to also be something from you versus like trying to be somebody else, or you see something on Instagram, it's like, I want to be like this. But that if that doesn't align with yourself, it's gonna very much come off as fake. So I feel like if you want to grow, like in your business to grow, I feel like everyone should just be authentically them. Like Taylor said, pray about it, figure out what you really want to do, and kind of just grow from there. Don't just do 50 billion things and it's like, oh, we're going to see what sticks. So, yeah.
I agree. You guys really summed it up really well. Taylor, you said community. You said definitely setting your intentions and manifesting it in prayer and just really speaking into existence. And Janae, being authentic is so important. There are a million hair salons across this nation, but none of them are you. And you are none
Right.
of everybody has their own unique story, but you have to tell your own story. I can read past someone who's inauthentic in a heartbeat, right? When I first walked into your salon, it felt very familiar. It felt nostalgic, right?
Mhm.
Guys, if you did not grow up going to the salon on a regular basis every 2 to 3 weeks, which was every Black girl's story growing up for the most part,
Yes.
might not really understand what I'm saying, but, like, this has been part of our childhood since we were in the womb, when we were going with our mothers to get their hair done, when they were burning our ears and crooking our necks at the sink, and my mother's on this call, so I know she remembers that Just For Me box with the white and the rainbow color with the little girl smiling. I wasn't happy, but regardless, I remember every experience. I remember the cape being flapped, okay? I remember my
Mhm.
scalp burning, okay? I remember the braids. I remember the music. I remember being at the hair shop for 8 hours and
Yeah.
leave to get her oil change, go get some food, come back, put me under the dryer, leave again and go to happy hour, and then come back again,
Yes.
okay? It was an all-day
And
experience.
it's, yeah. You had
Now,
nothing to say about it. Yep.
okay, and you better not have nothing to say because you ain't paying.
Mm-mm.
What do you have
Mm-mm.
to say, honey? Period.
Exactly.
But let me tell you, I am not at Janae and Taylor's shop for 8 hours. I am not there for a full workday. I am in and out within 2 to 2.5 hours, baby. So when those
Yeah.
days are done, we have things to do. I don't know how our moms did it. I don't even know why I did it. I just knew to shut the hell up and not argue with my mother because she would drive off. I didn't she would leave me today. She will honey, she will be gone, okay? Be
You're
on
not
time and be
playing.
ready. But that was our experience, so it's so nostalgic. Same for men when they go to a barbershop. Like, literally, like, it's like
Right.
a show. It's literally like a TV show. Like, honestly,
Mhm.
if you've never been to a black hair salon before, go with one of your black friends one day and check it out. Don't now, I'm not saying just go in there. I'm saying go with support
Right. Sit on the
and
couch. Just
sit down.
observe, just
Please
chill.
sit. Have a
Just
seat, baby.
chill.
We're begging. But it's just so fun. It's so memorable, and this is such a cool business. And I think one of the main things that you said was you did a lot of the upfront costs, the beauty renditions on your own. You did the remodeling, you did the painting. Tell people about that because a lot of people feel like, oh, I got to pay and spend money for someone else to do it. Some things you can do to save money, not to cut costs. Those are two different things. Cutting costs and
Mhm.
saving money and doing it the right way are two different things. But what made you decide on what you were going to do yourself, and how did you go about doing that?
Um, you want
Sure. Okay, so I would say I don't know, when we first did a tour of the space we were in, we were able to say, like, okay, this clearly has been a salon before. We can use some of the layout, but also there's a lot of it that just didn't feel like us. And we wanted to make sure that the space did. So I would say the things that we did as far as renovation ourselves was removing wallpaper, plastering walls. We did paint everything ourselves. We did the floors. Yeah, that's what
yeah.
we did.
We
And then
did
like
we
just
did
Salon.
literally like power tools. Like we were in
yeah,
there
yeah,
Bob the
just
Builder.
Bob the Builder. Bob the
definitely.
Builder.
Definitely.
I say thank God for our community. Thank God for like our friends and family that came to help us because if it was
It
just
was
me
a
and Taylor,
process.
yeah, it was a process. It was a process, but we did everything. And I think that's also why we are so prideful of the salon because we put everything into it. Like
Right.
we created everything we wanted. And I think it helps because me and Taylor are very aligned on like almost everything. It's like I can have ideas. She already had the idea. And it's like we showing each other at the same time. So
Crazy.
we put all these aspects into the space that was like, okay, this looks like black.
Yeah.
Okay, period,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, if you're listening, everybody, whether you're live or gonna tune in later, you get what you put into something. They literally put blood, sweat, tears, time, research,
Mhm.
authenticity, community, prayer, all that. It takes so much, and all people often tend to see is the after effect, the finished product.
Right.
And that
Right.
is not what makes you a business owner. I promise you, they are thinking about their business, whether they're on vacation or they're eating breakfast in the morning. It matters to them. You're always
Mhm.
working. Now, I always say this hustle is seasonal. You got to take breaks. You got to scale back. You got to rest. You got to make time for you. But at the end of the day, the hustle never stops. And with that being said, everybody, Janae and Taylor, thank you for being on the show. This has been amazing. Guys, if
Thank
you are in
you.
Austin, if you are coming to Austin, or if you are driving by the damn city, pull up and get your hair did, period. Janae, Taylor, tell people where they can find you at, how they can connect with you, because I want this show to blow the business up. The only way to support the people I have on the show, the only way to support me is to share, subscribe, and pass the information along and pull up to the damn shop. Janae and Taylor, tell people where
Yes.
they can find you at.
You can find us on all socials, Two Rooted Salon, TWOROOTED. And just search us on Google. Two Rooted Salon will pop up. If you have questions, you can call us, DM us, email us. Like we got you. We got y'all.
You heard it live, and I'll be tagging all their socials and information. Everybody, thank you. Stay blessed. But everybody, I'm Shelbie Morgan, your host of the Hustle, Budget, and Glow Show, holding you down in Austin, Texas. As you know it, I'm from Houston, Texas. Peace out. Stay blessed, and the hustle and glow will shine.